Enchantress 2016's here with another video where I'm going to be talking about some newly shown images from the Suicide Squad via Empire magazine. Just a couple days ago they showed a couple covers along with some more of the preview images from the magazine, and then the next day they actually showed two more of the cover images, that being Harley Quinn and Deadshot that we have here. And yeah, so I'm going to be talking about just about all the images that were shown. So first of all, we have these two covers with Harley Quinn and Deadshot. Both of them look really cool. This is, I believe, our first time of seeing Deadshot in this full costume, but with the eyepiece on. You know, I know that we have seen him in that preview image where they showed the entire squad. I believe that he didn't have the eyepiece on. I could be wrong about that, but it is nice to see that he will have the eyepiece even when he's not wearing his full mask. And he looks really cool. The image is very similar to the one that we saw of him with the mask on, though. That preview image, so it's a very similar pose. The way he's holding the gun and everything is basically identical. Same thing goes for Harley Quinn. This is a really nice new image. However, it is very similar to the image of her in that shot with the entire squad that they released, you know, many months ago. So overall, though, I think that they both look really cool. With Harley Quinn, you know, one thing that I did notice is she does have the stitching in her costume. I didn't ever see that in the actual, in any other pictures, as well as she does have some more of this design at the bottom of the base, closer to the handle, as well as this ring. All of those things, you know, I've seen many images of the Harley Quinn costume, you know, and on set photos and everything, and I didn't see that stuff, but it is pretty neat to get a nice, really high quality image of these characters, to really see the details on them. But overall, these two are very, you know, I really love the images, just they're not too different from what we've already seen. And then going to the more interesting ones, in my opinion, we have the Joker and Enchantress. Now, it is very interesting that of the four covers that they've done, they've chosen Enchantress as one of the cover characters. Obviously, Joker, Deadshot, and Harley Quinn are the obvious choices, but then to do a fourth one and to do it on Enchantress is very interesting, and really does kind of reveal a bit about her character, actually. But first of all, just talking about the Joker here, as you can see, he's looking really cool. You know, at first I didn't like this design. I've come to really kind of respect it, basically. I do like that they're trying to do it very differently from Heath Ledger, and this may not scream Joker to me. However, I think that it is pretty cool, and I think that they could pull it off in the movie. I like the kind of crocodile skin, bright metallic purple jacket that he's got on without the shirt so that you can see the tattoos. And then we do see that he is wearing Arkham pants in another photo, which I'll show you. He is holding those electric zappers that he is going to use to torture Harley Quinn with, that we've seen in the trailer. But overall, he's looking really cool there. I think that that's just a really great image of him. But Enchantress is definitely more interesting. First of all, just talking about her actual look. The only other time that we've seen her is a shot that was pretty close to the face, you know, in the trailer, so you really didn't see her costume. And then the shot of her with the entire squad that they released months ago. And in that image, she was kind of squished in between two people, so you really couldn't get a feel of her costume. Here, it's very different than I was expecting. It's got quite a belly dancer type of look, but I think it's really cool. The magazine did state that her character is going to be very close to the comics, as far as that she's a kind of a thrill seeker, I believe. And when she, obviously what we see in the trailer is that when she, you know, is like cave diving or whatever, she is going to be taken over by a possessed demon, apparently, which is pretty interesting here. So obviously this is her fully taken over. She looks really cool. You can see that her skin is cracking, which I think is really neat. You know, it really shows that the demon's coming through. She does have somewhat of satanic symbols on her body as well. I really like that kind of crescent moon shape that's on her head there. I think it's pretty neat. And then I have heard somebody say that she's wearing a veil. She isn't, though. This is her actual hair. It's not a veil or anything. She's got kind of a ring vibe going on, actually. But overall, she looks really neat and interesting. And apparently, the big rumor or speculation now is that Joker will not be the main villain of the movie. Possibly he will be the villain in the movie, or just antagonist in the movie. However, that the main villain is Enchantress, which is surprising, especially seeing that she was shown as part of the Suicide Squad in that first image. But possibly that was just to throw us off, because if you do see all the other images of the Suicide Squad and in the trailer, she is not with them at all. And being that she's so powerful with actually possessing magic, while the others have more real life, abilities, so to see that she has actual magic and stuff would make her quite a big threat, and would make sense that they need the entire team to take her down. Like the Joker, I mean, the Joker's obviously very smart and everything, and it might be very hard for the Suicide Squad to find him, but once they find him, I mean, it's a bunch of supervillains against the Joker, I mean, it's not that hard to take him, basically, in my opinion. So it would make more sense that Enchantress is the main villain, and I'm pretty happy about this. I think that she can be really cool, and overall, I think the costume is really interesting. I love the effects that they've done on her skin, and she looks creepy, and I'll be really interested. Like, I went from really not caring too much about Enchantress to absolutely having her as one of my most anticipated characters to see in the movie just from these images and from what I'm hearing about her. So to go over some of the slightly less interesting images, we do have a full image of the Joker, his full costume. Obviously, this might be when he breaks out of jail, so the Arkham pants may not be what he wears throughout the movie. Possibly he does. I doubt it, though. We really haven't seen him on set wearing that before, so I do believe that this is probably when he breaks out of Arkham. And then he does have bare feet, possibly again because he's breaking out of Arkham, and I doubt that he'll be rocking the bare feet look throughout the entire movie. And he does have a cane there, which is pretty interesting and, pretty Joker-like, I think, so I'm pretty happy with that. Then we have some more images. Most of these we've basically already seen in the trailer, just their high definition. These three basically we've already seen in the trailer. These are just slightly different angles and in really good quality. The only other image that we haven't seen before is this one with Amanda Waller and then the pictures of the Suicide Squad behind her. Another piece of evidence that Enchantress might be not a part of the Suicide Squad, being that she's not in any of these images. And this image, does seem to be the full Suicide Squad. It's lacking two of the characters, though. It's lacking Shiva, and then the, I don't remember his name, but the guy who's leading the Suicide Squad. And that's because they are not the inmates that are being used to be a part of the squad. The captain is obviously working for Amanda Waller, and he's not a criminal. And then Shiva is hired as his bodyguard, apparently. So that's why she is not in this movie. So she's hired to basically protect him from the inmates, in case they want to, escape. So I think that's a really interesting piece of information that I really didn't expect, so that's cool. So, and then the final image of the Suicide Squad trailer when, the song goes and the joke's on me, like right at the end when they show the entire squad, Enchantress isn't with them as well. So I do pretty much believe that she will be the villain. I don't think that she is going to be a member of the Suicide Squad, unless she dies really early, but considering she has a cover, that's not going to happen. So I do believe that Enchantress will be the main villain of the Suicide Squad movie, which is very exciting. Just on a different note other than the movie itself, Hot Toys wise, I'm really hoping that Hot Toys goes all out on the Suicide Squad. There's a possibility they won't make any of the character or any of the figures. I highly doubt that, though. I think that Joker, Harley Quinn, and Deadshot will definitely be made. However, I think that they will probably be the only ones to be made. But, if there is a chance that they would make more, I would absolutely love to buy Enchantress, Killer Croc, and Captain Boomerang. Those are the other three, other than the main three, that I am very much looking forward to. So I do hope that Hot Toys goes all out. They don't necessarily need to make the entire squad, but to make quite a few of them, or at least the main ones, that aren't just there to die, basically. That would be quite amazing. So yeah, so there you go. That's my thoughts on the newly shown images from Suicide Squad, as well as a little bit of information that the magazine has put out. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching, and tell me what you guys think about this information.